Hey y'all, it's been such a long weekend. Come on in, let's talk. But before you come in, let me just... Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wigs. You don't know what to do with it. So just like I do every single week, this Tuesday, I will be putting up yet another episode of the Expression Podcast on patreon.com/AdrianExpression. The patrons always use this time to let me know whatever topics or questions they want me to tackle in each and every podcast episode, and I make sure to address every one of them, so make sure you go over there and check it out. So y'all, the way that things are looking, it seems like we're all going to be locked up in this quarantine up until and past my birthday. My birthday is April 19th. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm supposed to be on Atlanta Street shaking my back. You notice I did not say ass, I said back, because that's exactly what it's giving. I'm supposed to be on Atlanta Street shaking my back, drinking a little bit, flirting with boys that I'm never gonna date. Like that's the energy I was trying to give, and now she got me locked up. Miss Rona, I cannot stand her ass, got me locked up. But, I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's unclear, but something that's very clear to me is that from, the everyday citizen to celebrities, everybody's losing their mind, okay? I'm seeing Oakland. I don't know what y'all are doing. Y'all said social distancing. Who? Y'all said quarantine. Who? I'm not gonna drag y'all black folk like that because we already saw what went down in spring break in Miami and South Florida and all of that. But adding even more fuel to the fire, Rodney Howard Brown. He is apparently a pastor at the River Church, and it's a mega church, right? This is coming from the Daily Beast. Howard Brown, an ally of President Donald Trump, has been an outspoken opponent of social distancing requirements, claiming his church has machines, that can stop the coronavirus, and vowing to personally cure the state of Florida himself. So the authorities came in and said, since you want to be over here having church and all these hundreds of thousands of people being affected, you can go ahead and take your ass. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. The sheriff came in and said, girl, you're going to jail. They booked his ass. It's very interesting that the crazy is just, it was already there, but it's really starting to jump out. And I'm wondering if sis has all these special machines, and if he can cure the coronavirus. He need to be a one-man army going out to these places that are affected. New York, South Florida, Mobile, Alabama. Go ahead, since you got the cure. I just want some of these extremist people to know that if you're trying to be touched by an angel, the only angel that's flying around, her name is Miss Rona. You get touched by her, you're gonna be in the arms of the angels, okay? In the arms of the angels. All right, so let's wander into the world of celebrity. Drake released these pictures of his son Adonis, and I don't know why people think it's real cute to get online to drag a baby, but I mean, it's the internet. What surprises me though is some people were shocked that the baby looks like how the baby looks. I'm like, what did y'all expect? Like, Drake is half white himself, and if he was messing around with somebody else who's white, like, what did y'all think the baby was gonna look like? Sojourner fucking Truth? Like, you thought sis was gonna come out here looking like Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman? Like, this fake, like, shocked shit that y'all have going, oh, I don't know. Girl, he's half white himself, and whoever he's messing with ain't black. So it's just, y'all coming out here with this shocked takes like you didn't know that. Like, girl, please. We gonna teach Adonis how to season his food and that's it. Like, girl, it's not gonna be that serious. That's why I'm not even gonna spend too much time talking about this, because I'm like, I don't know why people are shocked or dragging, or just like, if you want to drag something, drag Drake's weird, corny ass. Like, I can get behind that, but y'all dragging this kid who is just so weird to me. Somebody who I'll not be dragging is Megan Thee Stallion. Hey, boo. Like I said, Miss Rona has these girls up here doing all types of lives. Apparently, Tory Lanez and everybody was doing some type of twerk contest. They had Megan Thee Stallion over there moving that ass. That's the type of content that people want to see, especially if they locked up in their house.
Meg, are you joining the official twerk competition?
I am the queen of this shit.
Continue to make my homosexuality jump out, Megan. That's the standing jumping out. We love to see that. Something else that's jumping out was, it seemed like Offset was about to jump out his own skin. Apparently he was playing some video games and stuff online, and his phone was out, and Cardi B was trying to walk in, and he tried to shove that phone in his pocket. He couldn't do it. He had to sit on his phone before she walked in. I was just like, wow, that must really suck. I know a lot of people just like, wow, I wish I had somebody, a significant other to quarantine with. It's just like, whoa, that could be a real hit or miss, because if y'all mess around and end up being a match made in hell and not heaven, that could be a very miserable time. I know that there's some people watching this and going through that right now. If I was religious, I would pray for you, because I don't know how y'all do it. So Rihanna graced the cover of Vogue looking as bold as she always does. Very fitting for all the labels on it to be rebel and making her own rules, because in the article she was talking about how basically she's done everything that she's ever wanted to do, so now she can make whatever type of music she wants to. And she also said that she is actually working on, she's really working on, it's not just a rumor, she's actually working aggressively on this reggae album. So if it's anything I want to see from Rihanna, it's definitely that reggae album. Like, I want to see what she's going to be giving the girls, what she's going to be bringing to radio. So yeah, that's what's going on. We're focusing on the music industry now. There was this whole, because of Miss Rona, there was this whole, I don't know, like, all these producers and songwriters were getting on Instagram Live or whatever live, like battling against each other. One of the most notable battles that ended up having a whole lot of memes and stuff was the one between Sean Garrett and The Dream. Songwriters, producers for people like Beyonce. Speaking of Beyonce, before I get into that, did you see what Mama Tina was up here doing during her corny joke time? I guess she was saying, like, she was pretending like she was high off prescription drugs and real drunk off of multiple bottles from Grey Goose to Henry. I was like, sis.
I went through the house and this is what I found, unfinished. I found some Patron, Hennessy, Jack Daniels, Grey Goose, and Rum Bar.
She was like, never mind laughing it off like it was a corny joke time. I was like, no sis, I thought Tina was up here really about to be laid out. I said, is Tina really recording herself about to be like falling over because she's so high and drunk? She even mentioned prescription pills twice. I was like, sis, does Beyonce know you're doing this on her internet? Because I know she would be like, if you don't take this shit down right now, Tina. Anyway, Sean Garrett and The Dream went up there battling and stuff. It's just like, wow. The girls were shading Sean Garrett because he was making all these faces during the live. And it was just like, sis, please, just, you know, back up from the screen. We can smell it already. We can smell you speaking, hello, what's up? It's just like, back up. So it was just a mess. People was drunk. It was a lot of shade. And because of that, the next battle, I think it was with Neo and John to Austin, they came up with rules. They said you have to learn how to, they say you have to know how to use Instagram Live. You can't be drunk before you start the live. They say you can't be rewinding what you just played, just one verse, one chorus. They came out with rules to this. So it's very interesting to watch these girls up here on the internet, on these lives, trying to entertain us while we're all going through this shit. I think something on Fox, what is it, the iHeart concert or some shit, living room concert, whatever. I'm not gonna speak about it a lot because there's not really much that requires me to, no shade. But something I definitely wanted to mention was, girl, Camila Cabello was up here with her partner, whether that be business or otherwise. I'm not really gonna just, you know. Okay. Camila Cabello was up here with her partner and it was, I don't know what she was saying, but it gave me very much broken pipe organ type of tease. It's no shame, but it's so easy to do. Oh my God. She gave me broken pipe organ. You know those recorders that you have when you were, you know I'm going with this. You know those recorders that you had when you were in first grade? I'm talking about the recorders that sounded like flutes and you had to play them and you were forced to do it. Everybody seemed to do that in the United States. You know, if you just put a few cracks in that, and whether I'm talking about the substance or an actual crack, you won't ever know. If you just put a few cracks in that, and you played it, that's exactly what Camila Cabello gave me. It's absolutely no shade, but it's just tinker. Okay, next. Backstreet Boys were on this concert as well, and they were like, I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mask trade. Tell me why he wanna hold money till he get paid. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say that's my ashy mask trade. I said that's broke ass mask trade. Like, they really sung that. They, you know, split up harmonies, you know, live stream type of tease, video chat. You know how Beyonce loves to perform, just Skyping her performances. That's what they gave us. Somebody else who Skyped in their performance during this concert was Mariah Carey. She sung the shit out of Always Be My Baby. Love to see it. It's really beautiful to watch, you know, when your faves actually are able to sing or when they're giving us nostalgic moments. Like, I really love that. But your other faves, I really wish they would just hang that up, okay? Like, I don't know, laundry day at a Jamaican household. Go ahead and just hang it up. All right, as we always do, let's end it on the current events and what's going on politically. Trump has apparently extended this whole quarantine thing until the end of April, June. They talking about June and stuff. I'm like, all right, like at this point, you know how they build a bear? I'm gonna have to go build a nigga. Like, I'm losing my mind being locked up in here for so long, but that's what they said. And there's this whole thing going on with Yamiche Alcindor. She's a journalist who is not afraid to drag the hell out of Donald Trump. Today he was speaking, he was answering a question that basically asked why the United States is lagging when it comes to testing per capita as compared to other countries like South Korea. Trump answered this question by saying that, well, you know, Seoul, the city of Seoul, they have so many people, bigger than anything that we have in the United States. 38 million people in Seoul. And I guess he was saying that's why we suck at testing. I don't know. But the real kicker is the fact that Seoul has like around 10 million people and New York City, our biggest city, has, you know, under 9 million people. So it's really not that big of a difference. Don't know where he got the 38 million from. Some people are saying that he did a quick Google search and saw that the elevation of that city was 38 meters, and that's what he said, 38 million. Even if you account for like the wider area of Seoul, it goes up to like 25 million people. So it's nowhere near 38 million. There was a huge moment, like I said, with Yamiche Alcindor, where she was just saying, hey, you keep claiming that the governors don't actually need the equipment that they're asking for. He tried to say, well, no, I didn't say that. She said, girl, you said that on Sean Hannity. And then that's when he kind of blew up a little bit. He said, why don't you people act? And then he said, well, why don't you act? Basically, why don't y'all act in a more positive manner? It's always get you. Be nice, don't be threatening. And if I took a look here in the microaggressions handbook, these are the first phrases found in the table of contents. You really can't get much more clear than that, girl. The response from Yamiche is the same as it has honestly always been. It's just she's really not pressed. She's trying to get answers. This man literally went up there and said that, I mean, he implied that the doctors and nurses are over here stealing masks, and that's why there's such a drastic difference in the numbers that have been sent out and the numbers that they have. It's just like I'm seeing stories of nurses and doctors and whoever else, healthcare officials, like saying that they have to reuse masks for hours, 12 and 13 hours, and this man is up here implying that they're stealing them. So it's just, it's crazy. I saw nurses quitting, saying that, you know, I have children. I like health officials quitting. They don't have the tools or protections to get the job done. And I hate how selfish people can be when they're just like, oh, well, that's what you signed up for as a healthcare official. It's like, no, they signed up to help your dumb ass, but they also signed up to be protected. They made sure. How can they do their jobs if their own lives are not protected? They didn't sign up to expose their children to shit like this. They're so disrespectful and selfish, especially coming from people who wouldn't do this shit they goddamn self. So, and speaking of people who do not have the things that they need, there are a whole bunch of strikes going on. I'll talk quickly about 3. There's Amazon strike, a Whole Foods strike, and there's also an Instacart strike. So this video, I think, is from Staten Island, somewhere up there, where they just walked out. They walked out. The Amazon workers are saying that they want more access to paid sick time. This is coming from NPR. Right now, only people who have tested positive for Miss Rona or people who have been placed on mandatory self-quarantine have access to it. They want their warehouses to be closed for better cleaning, and they want guaranteed pay while that's going on. NPR says that Amazon, which employs some 800,000 people, workers have diagnosed positively for Miss Rona in at least 11 warehouses, forcing a prolonged closure of at least one warehouse in Kentucky. I think some of the Amazon techs also who work at higher levels up in the company, they have stood with these warehouse workers in solidarity. We love to see that. TechCrunch is saying that Instacart workers are refusing to shop and deliver groceries until the company meets their demands. Shoppers' current demands are offering hazard pay of $5 extra per order, changing the default tip to 10%, and extending the sick pay policy to those who have a doctor's note for a pre-existing condition that may make them more susceptible to contracting the virus. If we're talking about Whole Foods, according to Vice, Whole Foods workers will call in sick tomorrow and demand paid sick leave for those who stay at home or self-quarantine during the pandemic. They will also demand free coronavirus testing for employees and hazard pay. So it's just like very common sense things that honestly should have been in place before this had ever gone down. But now that it has, a lot of these workers are just like, girl, you're not gonna drag us. We deserve much better than this, and they definitely do. Some of these companies have responded by saying, hey girl, we finna just hire a bunch of new workers and that's it. And I think that's a really disgusting response to the people who are, like I've said in the past, the lifeblood of your company, the people who actually do the groundwork in making sure that your dumbass can get some profit off of it. So I don't know if these companies think that, oh, we're just gonna hire other people, like just saying that is going to make their situation better. I just think that they should keep in mind that when all this dust settles, people will look back and see how they actually treated their employees during this crisis, and it may influence who buys from them, who works for them, and their brand image. So I don't know, just keep that shit in mind, girl. But on that note, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I feel like because we're not allowed to go anywhere, we can't go to the mall, like we can't get our hair cut, we can't do nothing. I'm gonna be looking progressively worse and worse every time these videos come out. But we gonna make it. We just got 1 month to go. All right, y'all, if you can, make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.